Abiotic factors are non-living chemical and physical parts of the environment that affect living organisms and the functioning of ecosystems. Some of these abiotic factors are
light. Exposure to light can change climate and growth of plants. Light, if there is a shortage of it, can affect how much a plant can grow. Heat. Heat will determine the weather and climate of an ecosystem. If there is an excess of heat, water may evaporate too quickly and can limit the growth of plants. Mechanical support. Mechanical support is any features, i.e. waterfalls, valleys, or hills, which can either facilitate or inhibit a species' survival. Water. Water is drastic for a species to survive. Water for bryophytes and rhodophytes is also essential for reproduction. Wind. Wind is essential for gymnosperms reproduce using wind pollination, so need wind in order for their sperm to be carried to a female ovary.
asexual reproduction is reproduction that only requires a single organism and does not need a partner to reproduce. Sexual reproduction is the reproduction that requires two separate organisms to reproduce. The advantages of asexual reproduction is that it is time efficient and there is no need to search for a mate. It also requires less energy than sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction requires two organisms and therefore more energy, and there is more variation in the offspring. Therefore, in a changing environment, asexual reproduction would be more effective since it only requires one living organism.
We also learnt about the four major types of plant groups. We learnt about how these groups are categorized into their respective categories.
Bryophytes usually live in moist areas and need water to carry sperm to eggs. They also wait until the rainy season comes before reproducing. Their reproductive structures are spores. The plant size range in centimeters, from less than 1 millimeter in width and length to 20 centimeters in length and 5 centimeters in width. Bryophytes are non-vascular and do not bear fruit and do not need pollinators to reproduce. Rhodophytes can only reproduce in wet places or after rain, as they also have flagella, which helps them to swim. Their reproductive structures are spores. Their size ranges from less than 5 centimeters to 30 meters. The plants are non-vascular and don't have fruit, nor do they need pollinators. Gymnosperms use wind to bring pollen grains from the male cones to the female cones. Their reproductive structures are seeds, the leaves are vascular, and the plants bear no fruit, and they use pollinators. Angiosperms use wind, insects, and animals to carry pollen grains from the male part to the female part of the flower. Angiosperms' reproductive structures are seeds and the leaves are non-vascular. The plants bear fruit and need pollinators. The stamen is the male part of the flower. The stamen produces pollen, and this pollen contains the male sex cell. Brightly colored petals attract insects and birds. The sepals are the leafy parts. They are found at the bottom of the flower. These protect the flower inside while it develops. Pollen in plants is used for transferring haploid male genetic material from the anther of a single flower to the stigma of another in cross-pollination. The ovary is the female reproductive organ of the flower which holds the ovules. The pistil is the female reproductive part of a flower.